cured myself of a lot of bodily pains by understanding that pain doesn't always mean there's something wrong with your body or like your knee or your back. That's what we think.
Ooh! Okay! Oh, that's crazy!
I've been in some situations where I delivered the full project and they were like, this is not commercial enough. You know?
Wow.
So
science is just magic explained.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's our way of explaining like how these things work, but sometimes the things are so beyond what we know. Yeah. Welcome back to the I'm Peaking podcast. We have a question of the day for you guys today, which is, do you get therapy? Do you get, no, sorry. Question of the day is raving a form of therapy? What do you guys think?
Yes.
100%.
With intention. If you intend to rave and use it as a form of therapy, then I believe it can.
I am the opposite. I think it has a lot of like positive benefits. There's a lot of beautiful things about the rave community and going to festivals, but that is not necessarily a full replacement to actual therapy. There are people who actually really need one singular human being communicating with them to help them through the turmoil and the trauma that's going on inside of their heart and their mind. Now, don't get me wrong. Going to a festival can put you in a really good place so that maybe you can find those self-discoveries on your own.
Mm-hmm. Maybe have some release.
Exactly. And then maybe even have some self-insight, introspection because of the good energy you're feeling, perhaps. But it definitely does not replace therapy as a whole.
Yeah.
Music is my therapy. 100%. I feel like I go into festivals sometimes like stressed because I don't know, traffic, parking, whatever. And then once I'm inside, I just feel more free.
Yeah, I do feel like you have those introspective moments for sure when you're, at a set, just really focusing on the music or thinking about whatever it is you're thinking about. I feel like it definitely puts you in that state. And sometimes that state can be hard to access even in actual therapy, So I would definitely say there's like two different realms where like when you're in, I guess you could call it like music therapy, like you said, Mickey, but you're kind of in that state of just like bliss and being in the moment versus when you're in actual therapy. I feel like, you're like in a state of vulnerability in terms of, talking your feelings out and expressing it in that way. I guess they're just two different ways of expression.
Mm-hmm.
Fun fact, because you brought up music therapy, I actually went through music therapy when I was a child. So I had like really severe ADHD as a kid. And my parents refused to put me on any kind of medications or things of that nature. So I actually did I think it was classical music, but headphones on, music therapy twice a week. It was really far. And basically it just calmed the mind down so that I could move at the right,
pace.
Yeah, the right pace and the right rhythm so that I could actually focus. Cause those like ABCD, letters and the dotted lines. I was not doing that, even in the slightest until the music therapy when I could slow down and actually pay attention and look at the letters in front of me.
Sam, what do you think?
Yes, I think music, of course, is extremely therapeutic. For me, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for music. It's when I do shows, it brings a different energy. When I make music, it brings a different energy. I'm also in therapy, so there's I also just have a therapist, but I definitely music is so important. I think it's so universal, and I can't. Words don't even do it justice. I can talk about music in all beautiful words and try to describe it, but man, music is just magical, and I think it helps so many people all around the world, including myself. So yeah, it's therapy for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think music is so fascinating too, of how, because scientifically it activates our neurochemistry and neurocircuitry whenever we just listen to a song, whether or not we have a relationship with it. Just the rhythm of music, we actually move with the music. So it's just fascinating that we could just play a song and it can instantly shift our mood. It can instantly help us release. And I think that's so powerful just by even listening to it.
Yeah, or the connection that music has with memories or like places in time. I don't know about you guys, but like, I mean, weren't you just like doing some, you said you were doing like some music therapy
Yeah,
stuff?
I was doing, what is it called when you have a certain memory associated with a song?
Yeah.
Like a
and it's-
nostalgia? Or
I'm spacing on the word right now, but basically I have a lot of songs that are associated with a lot of memories that, you know, we're very, very happy and now
Aren't.
kind of sad.
Yeah.
Exposure therapy. There you go. Music exposure therapy, where I'm basically like exposing myself to the music again and associating it with
New memories?
with new memories, or trying to replace it with like a happier version of what it is.
That must be
it's-
so
that's
hard
so
though.
cool.
It was because I mean the first couple of times when I like turned on the song, I would instantly bawl.
Yeah.
You know, so
But did it feel good to like release?
yeah. Well, I mean, after a couple weeks, after like trying to expose myself to the music again, like it just started getting easier and easier. But I do believe in like music therapy itself, and
Yeah.
like I don't know if you guys have seen like music like the study of like frequencies and like how like a lot of them can either like calm you down or help you sleep better.
Yeah.
I've been doing a lot of that too, to where it like helps me sleep, where it's like, I don't know, you guys know about like frequencies
Yeah.
and stuff?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, yeah.
like 512 hertz like
Yeah,
helps
yeah,
you sleep
yeah.
better.
Heard of
Yeah.
it.
I can't sleep without it anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I also love how there's so many languages around the world, but music is like that one language that everyone can like relate to. You know,
Yeah.
it's like music is the universal language.
Yeah.
Yep.
Even if like there's no lyrics either, which is so crazy.
Sometimes even better.
Yeah.
Honestly.
100%.
Would we say that the music itself is the therapy and not necessarily the raving? Because I would say raving's therapeutic,
It
but
is.
it's not
Yeah.
therapy.
That's a fair point.
Yeah.
But you're also around people who are like-minded and also there to experience, you know, the beautiful rave culture. Yes, like there is, you know, escapism when people are just ignoring the problems. That
Yeah.
does exist. However, like a lot of people do kind of grow out of that. You know, they go through a phase of like, you know, taking substances, but then they grow out of it and they realize like, I could just go for the music and for the experience.
Yeah, I like what you said earlier, Bran, about it's like the intention that you put behind it. So I think if you go in with the intention of that and you're not, you know, intending to just go and get messed up or whatever, then I think yeah, it definitely can be the act of raving can definitely be therapeutic.
Intention setting is very important.
I think that's the important factor when it comes to therapy, and this might be in my opinion, might be fact, I have no idea. Therapy is, a lot of it is you figuring something out for yourself. Like a therapist is not there to like heal you. They're here to help you through that process. So if you're at a festival, you're listening to music, even if it's just hanging out with your friends,
It's like a catalyst.
anything that can put you in that mindset or in that place within yourself to do that self-work is therapy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to want to do it.
You guys are also well spoken. So like
We've been working on our
Working on it.
Yeah,
Working
this
on it.
past month
It was
has
pain.
been nothing but
Oh,
like
dude.
healing
Yeah.
for all of us.
So September was a rough month for all of us.
Yeah.
It was a rough.
But we all
it's-
went through it together, which is so crazy.
Yeah.
All at the same time.
Like all separate things too, like with our own lives.
Yeah.
It's
I just took a
crazy.
tequila shot before this, so
That part.
So let us know in the comments if you think raving is a form of therapy. We'd love to hear it. But as I said, welcome back to the I'm Peaking podcast. I'm your host, Devin, and we'll introduce you after. Who else do we have?
I'm Mickey.
I am Nand.
I'm Bren.
I am Daniel.
And I've curated another intro for our lovely guest
Another
here.
love,
A love letter.
He writes the best love letters.
You guys say the exact same things every time.
Yeah, we do.
Because
we
they're
do.
literally all four of you. I'm
That's
just
all
like,
we
just
know.
get to the letter.
They're really good.
So today we've got an incredibly special guest with the best vibes returning to the pod once again. From fostering unique talent in the scene through his own music label, Bitbird, as well as surprising us with some of the most wholesome rhythm the world has
Let's
ever
go.
seen at this most recent Lost Lands, this dove continues to spread love and positivity everywhere he goes, both in and out of his music.
That's so cute.
By the way, the dove is a reference to our first episode with him. He isn't afraid to shine his light of positivity everywhere he goes, and I always get a boost in my percent whenever I'm around him. Taking us to brighter days, he's the Dutch legend that refuses to be normal. San Holo, welcome back to the podcast.
Hell yeah.
I'm blushing. I'm peeking.
So cute.
Since we're talking about how music is so therapeutic, how do you guys use music to improve your life?
Ooh. It's a good question.
Okay, so I'm gonna be a little vulnerable about something I've been doing recently that's been helping me a lot. But I've been
Cry.
recently. Well, no, actually, but sometimes yes. But no, I've been doing a lot of affirmations, and I do them daily. And one thing I started doing recently is because with the way that I do my affirmations, I kind of just do them whenever I'm like doing something that I'm not really spending a lot of like brain power doing, like, you know, washing the dishes or like driving somewhere. But specifically when I'm driving, I still like to listen to music. So what I've been doing is I've been playing music, and then I will say my affirmations to the beat of the music.
Hell
That's
yeah.
fire.
And I'll do it like over and over and over again. And I honestly have fun doing it. Like I'm on the way to the gym and I'm like doing it to the beat. And
It's like drum and bass?
Yeah. I'm just imagining someone looking over like in the car next to me and being like, what is this guy doing?
Here, do
He's
your
rapping.
do your affirmation right now.
Okay. Yeah. I make $1,000 a day. I make $1,000 a day. And then yeah, just repeat. Yeah, literally, that's what it is.
That's kind of fire.
Yeah.
There you go.
I know that before you go on stage, you do like a whole meditation thing.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Talk about it.
Oh well, I mean, we were talking about therapy. I think everything could be therapy. You know, like you could go for a walk and it can be therapeutic. You know, I like to meditate. I like to just like become nothing, because I believe we're all kind of like connected and we're all one. And you know, you carry so much. Everyone carries baggage, right? We're all born into this world. We have parents, we have our family of friends, teachers. But then when you try to forget all of it's impossible to forget everything. But if you kind of like, I see it as like a blank canvas, like becoming the blank canvas again, you know? It's like all your fears, all your struggles, all your memories, just try to be in the moment and just think of, just be for a second,
Yeah.
just be. And that really helps me before a show. Because I get anxious and stuff, but then I'm like, what's the anxiety really? It's
another form of excitement.
It's not me. It's this is here, and anxiety comes and goes, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And sorry. I'm starting to get anxious right now.
I was gonna make that joke. Actually.
No.
I love how you have control though of that, you know.
Yeah, well, it takes a while, but it really helped me when I realized all my emotions and emotional states are just kind of like clouds,
Yeah.
you know, coming like
I like that.
coming
Mhm.
and going.
Yeah.
And I think if everyone, they should teach this at school, you know.
Oh,
like,
100%.
I think it's too powerful.
Yeah, well,
Well, like,
yeah,
I don't know.
it is very powerful.
Oh yeah.
And I think as a kid, I might have not been open to it as much,
Mhm.
but later on in life, you start to, be
think-
more interested in that stuff.
I think to be fair,
you did it.
I think to be
Just
fair,
did it.
in like kind of this day and age, we're coming to learn more and more about how powerful like our emotions are, and how much of an effect stress and anxiety and everything has on our body, on our day, our mind, everything, you know.
Oh, it's and the craziest part is that a lot of our unconscious plays such a big part in our life. We don't even realize if we're
Yeah.
stressed. Like we can feel it at some point when we're stressed, but there's already a lot of stress going on before we even feel it.
Yeah,
I used to struggle with a lot
absolutely.
of body pains, like back pain,
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
and just like playing guitar, wrist pain. I was
Mhm.
always in some sort of pain, but I read a lot of books about it, and I kind of cured myself. I used to go to all these doctors, like getting my my body checked. I always thought someone was wrong with my body.
Mhm.
Mhm.
But I realized a lot of it is stress, and like my stress has to come out somewhere, so
Yep.
that it goes
Yeah.
into my body. And some people are more prone to that than others. But ever since I learned about that, I'm experiencing so little pain now. Like it's all just like, if I feel pain, normally it would be like, oh, something's wrong, I gotta go to the doctor. But now it's like a sign. that
Yeah.
you're not taking care of yourself and so sometimes I just need a day of nothing.
Yeah.
In Holland we have a word for it.
Uh-huh.
It's called niksen, which means doing nothing. It's like
Mhm.
I'm just gonna nix
Yeah.
for a
Yeah.
while.
So is that how you cured yourself, by just de-stressing, or?
I cured myself of a lot of bodily pains by understanding that pain
Okay.
doesn't always mean there's something wrong with your body or like your knee or your back. That's what we think. Oh, I gotta, And then they actually did research. This is really scientific, but
No, I
No,
love
I
it.
could
Spit
literally
it.
talk about this for days.
Please
Yeah.
talk.
I think it was 60% of people with like backs that are like not aligned or like that have like disc herniations and stuff.
Uh-huh.
They have no pain.
Mhm.
So like, even though something's off in your body, doesn't always mean it comes from your body's pretty strong.
Yeah.
But if you go take an X-ray and the doctor says, "Oh, yeah, you have a weird spine," it has to come from there. Then you start to believe it even more. I'm not saying that you should, always go to your healthcare provider. Like, this is America. I gotta like disclose this, but but I think it's, if you want to read a book about chronic pain and stuff, like there's a book called A Way Out, and it's really helped me so much. Like, it saved me a lot of money too, like going through all these doctors and different medical practitioners. But
San,
yeah.
have you heard of Dr. Joe Dispenza? Have you heard of him before?
no,
He talks, this is like his life practice.
Yeah.
So he talks about how like you can manifest literal like different conditions in your body. And he has this like 7-day retreat that he had. That's literally, this shit sells out like Coachella sells out. And people
Wow.
go on these retreats and I mean, this is just everything he said. I've watched a ton of podcasts. I would love to send you one after. It's on this topic, but he said literally he's seen too many times now where at these retreats they do this intense like meditative work where everyone that's there is all meditating like at the same time. They get in this really like deep zone, and people who literally have chronic illnesses or what's the word? Terminal illnesses like stage 4 cancer that's metastasized all over their body. People in wheelchairs, ALS, blindness. They literally heal themselves by the end of
Wow.
the 7-day retreat. And like he's seen like hundreds of people get up out of their wheelchairs, like throw down their crutches, be able to see again. And it's so funny the way he describes it. He's like, it sounds ridiculous, but I can't make this shit up. Like,
Yeah,
and
I have to look into that.
Yeah, no,
I don't know
I'll
a lot
send it to
about
you.
it, but yeah.
send it to you.
What I know
after.
for a fact is that I used to struggle with a lot of pain, and just by reading a couple of books and knowing that there's this phrase that that I learned from this book called A Way Out, and it's like you have to say every day when you go on a walk or something, you say,
Mhm.
"There's nothing wrong with my body. There's a false alarm going off in my brain,"
Mm-hmm.
and every time you experience pain, and at some point, this is not like a week. This is like this takes years. I think. Well, for me,
Yeah.
it took like 2 or 3 years. At some point, you start to get proof. You're like, wait a second. Yesterday, I felt a lot of pain, and today it's kind of gone. How's that possible? And then you start to realize, oh wait. I mean, if your knee is broken and you're gonna walk on it, you're gonna feel pain all the time. Of course, like
Yeah.
something's obviously wrong. But if you have pain for a day and then the pain shifts to your neck and to your back the week later, you know something's up.
Yeah.
And I don't think, we talk about mental health, but it's all just health. It's not separated.
Mm-hmm.
It's your body and your mind are
like
so
holistic,
connected.
like
Yeah.
mind, body, soul.
Yeah, another book is called The Mind Body Prescription by Dr. Sarno, and it's really, really helpful. And I think everyone should, everyone's different. Not everything will work for each individual person, but this worked for me. This worked for me.
That sounds a whole
So-
lot like daily affirmations and
That's
manifesting,
literally what I was just thinking,
manifesting
yep.
that you are no
Yeah, but
longer
yeah.
going
Yeah.
through
But
these
it's a little.
pains.
It's not just. It's not about denying it. It's not about saying, "Oh, I don't have pain." The pain is real.
Yeah.
The pain
Mhm.
is real. It just doesn't always come from the. Let's say you have knee pain. It doesn't always come from your
Yeah.
knee. It could
Mhm.
literally come from suppressed emotions and
Mm.
subconscious.
Yeah.
So do you think it's
Mm.
just sometimes all in your head?
Well, when people say it's all in your head, there's this energy that's like you're making it up, but it's so. If I, yes, it is in a way all in your head, but I can get so deep, and I don't want to get too deep.
Yeah.
But
Kind of wants.
No, I would love to get
you know,
deep.
we all think that all our mind is all just in our brain, but it's
It connects everything.
everything is connected.
Yeah.
What if you create the pain?
Yeah, no,
you
that-
can.
Yeah, we create the
100%.
pain.
Yeah.
So
the
if you
medical
create
world, the medical world thinks that when you're stressed, the pain gets worse. So like, but we can literally create pain. There's this passage in the book, and it's about this construction worker who stands on a nail, and it goes through his shoe, and he's in agony, and then he goes to the doctor, and he's like, taking the shoe off, and I see the nail actually just went through his, like, in between his toes, so it didn't even like penetrate his skin.
Yeah, I've heard this.
But you know, we just the thought of it gives us pain.
Yeah.
Yeah, you start to create that reality. It's like
Yeah.
we're the co-creators of our reality, right?
Yeah.
So
And,
like,
you notice commercials, when you look at a commercial and they talk about back pain, they make the back red
yeah,
with a circle around it, red,
Yeah.
throbbing red, and then you're like, yeah, that's my back. There's something wrong with my
yeah,
back.
and sometimes you feel it with just by looking at that.
Yeah, yeah. Do you
Crazy.
ever see someone like fall? Have you ever watched those skateboard videos and someone falls?
And
Yeah.
you feel
Like,
it in
you
your
like
You like
stomach.
wince a little
How's
bit.
that possible? If you
Yeah.
feel that, if you feel by watching someone else in pain and you feel a reaction to it, that's the proof that
Yeah,
it's all connected. And
that's
Yeah.
crazy.
So that's like music now. When that's
Yeah.
why we could leverage music, because like Nan said, the question of like how do you use music like in your day-to-day life, and I use it to focus, like just using like repetitive beats, 125 to 130 BPM, with like it's not too fast, but it's still like a good rhythm, no lyrics.
I like how you bring it back to music.
Yeah, because it's all connected. You know,
Yeah.
everything affects us, and
Yeah.
our mind. When you were saying how like we have control of the mind, that's the same way when we leverage music, because we're controlling. Like, okay, I'm gonna play this song. I'm gonna play a song that's 140 BPM. That's high energy, drum and bass. I love this song. Boom, I'm motivated. You know, like
Yeah, it works like that.
Yeah.
Do you listen to music to get deeper into the way you're feeling, or do you listen to it to get out of the way you're feeling?
Both.
Yeah, I would say it comes kind of together, and it just depends on like what I'm doing. Like if I'm feeling low motivation and I want to be productive with my day, I'll put on some music that I know that I love and I know that gets me up and energetic. I'll play it. I'll have a little dance party, have some movement, and then suddenly I'm motivated. Suddenly I want to get to work, and then I start to get to work.
Dancing apparently is also extremely.
Oh,
healing.
100%.
So then raving is therapy.
Yeah, 'cause they say pain is like held in your hips, or like emotions held in your hips, or something like that.
Wow, we
So
just
like
went
dancing
full
helps.
circle.
Yeah.
You know why?
Raving is therapy.
You know why it's confusing for me? It's natural because like we have the headphones on, and when someone starts talking, we automatically go to the closest person because it's right here. So,
just so you guys know, we were talking off camera about how Daniel and I, and sometimes Nan too, sound very similar.
What?
And
I don't
so-
sound like you guys at all.
And so we're just saying that whenever we talk, it's like, who
Yeah.
do I
Who's
look,
talking?
who do I look at?
And it seems like the theory is true,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Maybe
it wouldn't happen if you take this off though. That's kind of
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
That's
interesting.
this.
You gotta change
Is
the
it?
you gotta change the effects or whatever you have on there.
Wait,
Put a
how is it
flanger.
this?
because
Because it sounds like you're sitting like
it sounds
the
like
voice.
someone's whispering in your ear constantly. So
Yeah.
naturally we think, oh, if I hear a
You're
voice,
used
it's
to our
like
voices,
close to
though.
me.
Yeah.
I
That's
mean,
why.
yeah,
funny.
you sound like you're right next to me. I
Exactly.
understand it. Yeah.
Real quick, we want to give a special shout out to our sponsor. These are not chapstick. They are scented nasal sticks that you can use at festivals if you are feeling anxious in the
Or
crowd.
not at
You
festivals.
Or not at festivals, yeah. Or if you're feeling congested. Or if you just want to smell something nice. You know,
Yeah.
sometimes I use these to plug my nose when I go into the porta potties at festivals.
They smell a lot better than the current person that's not wearing deodorant. You know?
Yeah.
The word I would
in
use
in a crowd.
The word I would use is they're very invigorating. Like they definitely like give you a little boost of energy.
It's a big word for Elmo.
You like that one too?
Rock is a rock.
It's nice.
Yeah, we gave San the lavender one. Or the
Did you say
Lavender?
Sorry, because I said San.
Who do you think
The
you
lavender.
are?
Better than me?
We gave San the lavender aroma earlier, and he liked it.
He's
Lavender.
proper. He's proper.
The lavender.
Crazy.
My God.
How do you say the other ones? Mint.
What's that one?
Lavender, no?
No,
That one's winter mint.
Oh, winter mint. And then you have
Tropical.
tropical.
How
then
close?
mint.
How close should
Are
you
you
get?
making fun
You
of
have
the
to put it in
British?
your
You can
nose?
put it in your nose. It's best if you put it in your nose.
Oh, now it hits. Okay.
So yeah, you can go and grab these at your local CVS. Actually, there are boom booms available at your local CVS, and also online. I think by now they should be restocked. But if you do end up buying some online, you can use code I'm Peaking, save yourself some money off of them. Highly recommend. Highly
Yes.
recommend.
I agree.
Me too. Me
We
too.
approve this message.
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, I heard you have some new music that you can show us. We would love to hear
Let's
it.
go.
Yes.
I
We
think
could use a percentage boost.
I've been loving your music. I'm gonna say this on camera. Disappear. That song
Oh,
is
yeah,
so
Disappear's
pretty.
great.
It's so pretty.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
I love that little
Oh.
trap section towards the end.
Oh yeah,
It's
I
great.
just switched up the BPM.
Yeah, dude, it's awesome.
I will also throw in a comment too. I've been loving your music a lot. Like it's. I mean, I
Thank
already.
you.
Don't get me wrong. I've loved your music already, but like every time I get to see you play, you always bring out a new like core memory that like I get to experience
Yeah.
with friends. It's one of the very few sets. And sorry if I'm like stroking your ego too hard here, but like it's one of the very few sets where I can be at peace and put my phone away. I'm not working. I'm not thinking about anything else. I'm just connecting with my friends around me, and
Yeah.
I'm just enjoying.
Thank you.
Dude, seeing
Thank
you, and I know it was a while ago now, but yeah, I know it was a while ago now, but I just wanted to thank you again for EDC Orlando last year when you
Oh, yeah,
had
yeah,
Ned and I
yeah,
on stage.
yeah.
Dude, that was like it was a surreal moment, and
Oh,
I'm so glad we
dude.
got to experience that with you, and it's so cool to just see you like in your element up there.
Yeah, anytime.
Just,
Like if you ever want to go
fully-
to a festival, hit me up.
Yeah, dude,
Are you
love to.
doing EDCs or EDCO this year?
I don't think I can talk about it yet, but I
No.
don't even
Well,
know
we'll be
yet.
we'll be on the cruise.
We're gonna be
so
on-
if you're gonna
I'm
be
gonna be
on,
at both.
if you'll be there, we'll be there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll be at EDCO
Oh,
as
you-
well. So
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
we'll talk about it off
We'll talk
camera.
about it.
Yeah,
Cool.
okay.
I'm not even sure yet. I gotta look at my calendar, but
Okay.
I promise every time I know you're on the set list, I will reach
Yeah.
out to you and let you know.
every festival.
Every
festival.
festival, every single one.
No, here's a song. It's called "It's All Happening," and it's with my friend Daniel Allen, and
Hey, love Daniel Allen.
the singer is Evelyn, and she's amazing. And it's about the fact that it's all happening right now. You know, we have
Love
this
that.
idea of, the past and the future, but in the end, we can't really go there. It's all just right here, right now.
Yeah.
And this song is called "It's All Happening Right Now."
You can turn it all the way up on your phone.
I feel it all, every second, every sound, weight of the world, going round, spinning out, up all night when I can't find a reason. I'm alive, I'm just lost in the feeling. I'll take the past and put it down, and when the future's getting loud, it's all happening right now. I don't know what's up ahead. It's so easy to forget. It's all happening right now.
Hell yeah.
It's so lush.
I like that lead.
Dude, I don't know what that sound is, but when it's like that, the boom, I love that.
Right now, every minute, every day, feet on the ground. I just keep floating away, up all night when I can't find a reason. I'm alive, I'm just lost in the feeling. Yeah, I'll take the past and put it
There's a surprise in the second drop.
Okay.
getting loud.
I'm ready.
It's all happening right now. I don't know what's up ahead. It's so easy to forget. It's all happening.
Okay. Oh, that's crazy.
Wow.
Guitar solo.
Goosebumps.
Oh,
That's so hard.
I like this.
That snare, listen.
that's epic.
It's crazy because I can visualize you up on stage, flames around you, you with the guitar, you know, the neck pointed down to the ground like you always do.
That's what
Everything.
happened.
Total
That's-
rock
yeah.
star moment.
I think I could attest to
Wow.
everyone. Suddenly, our mood and energy is just like up right now.
Yeah, that was like a powerful
I felt like I
song.
woke up.
Absolutely. I think we should all take a shot.
I feel good.
Just kidding. I'm just kidding. It was a joke.
Therapy.
Yeah, therapy.
I mean,
No, I feel good about the song. I feel like
No, it's so good.
I've been kind of like playing around with different like, you know, it's a house song but then a trap drop. You know, it's all just like it's all just happening right now.
Yeah.
It's all one thing.
trap anything though, it just makes me happy.
I like how
won't lie to you.
full it was. It felt so like there weren't any like open spaces. You like really felt like you were just fully enveloped in it.
Would you say it was wholesome even?
It's pretty wholesome. Yeah, wholesome. I'm doing like the wholesome rhythm thing next year.
Yeah.
It's like you know, I did the Lost Land set.
Yeah, let's talk about
Yeah,
it.
Yeah.
great set, by the way.
How did that come about?
You know, Lost Lands is kind of like a very heavy like bass
Yeah.
festival, right? Like it's a lot of dubstep, lots of like kind of darker,
Mm-hmm.
heavier stuff.
Rage.
Yeah, which I love. But I was like, how can I make this my own? So I just prepped the whole rhythm set, but then kind of my version, the wholesome rhythm set.
Uh-huh.
And I kind of did it as an experiment. It was just like a trying it out. And for some reason, people really, really loved it.
Loved it.
So I was like, oh shit, I gotta go make wholesome rhythm now.
I know that some people were like a little worried like how your set
Yeah.
would be when they saw your name on the lineup. They're like, how is San Holo like mixing into Lost Lands? But then when you came out the wholesome rhythm, it just went viral.
Yeah.
It did.
Everyone went
Yeah.
crazy.
And no one else is doing it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no. So there's the concept was exciting.
Well, there's a lot of there's this wave called future rhythm,
Mhm.
which
Or like
is-
color
Yeah,
based.
I was gonna bring that up actually.
Yeah. So, but I kind of want to. It's not color based. It's different. It's like, less formulaic. I want to. I really want it to be my own thing, and you'll hear it. Like I didn't expect to be working on a rhythm EP, but I'm working on something for next year, and it's gonna be like a
Oh.
whole new chapter for me.
I'm so down for it.
But this music is still kind of like the song I just played is on the What Is Life EP,
Mhm.
which is more like kind of a lush, airy, dreamy sound.
I love it.
I could feel it too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Ethereal is the word.
Yeah.
Like I really like how ethereal it sounds.
It's I wasn't thinking too much about fitting it into some. These are all just songs that I made. In the pandemic, I did a EP called the Stay Vibrant EP, where I released a song every week without overthinking it. And this is kind of a similar thing where I just like I want to put something out. I just got out of my record deal, and this is all independent. And I just want to do whatever I'm feeling right now. It's all happening right now. So
Love that.
Quick question, just because you said you got out of your record deal and you're independent. What does that mean? I actually don't know.
oh man, music industry.
In short terms, of course, because I'm
Okay,
sure
so-
you could go on about it.
Yeah. So there's a lot of
If you're allowed to talk about
yeah,
it.
I can. A record label is kind of like can be an amazing supporting force for your project. You know, there's a team that can work your music. There's a marketing team. There's a social media team. There's a lot of artists get signed because they get an advance. They get money so that they can live and pay rent and buy equipment and pay for studios and for featuring artists and stuff. And that's really helpful for a lot of artists. I've been in multiple record deals throughout my career, 10 years. almost 10 years now. So
Whoa.
Congratulations.
yeah, it's I'm actually doing a 10-year anniversary.
Yeah, I saw that.
Next, I'm playing in LA January 11th.
Okay,
We're
I'll
there.
be home.
And it's going to be an acoustic set, a throwback set, and a live show.
Let's go.
Fire.
Everything.
All in the same night?
Yeah,
Or?
there's no openers. It's just all me. Just like the whole.
Oh, that's
Hell
sick.
yeah.
That's so
3
sick.
hours,
Dude,
you guys should
3
come
hours.
out.
Iconic.
Dude, I want
We would love to.
please. Like,
I'd be
book-
offended if I didn't go.
Yeah.
You're on the guest list.
Let's go, please.
I'll be a backstage baddie. Don't worry.
You are.
So yeah, but you know, the downside of record labels sometimes is that, you know, there's they always say they won't get into the creative decision making, but they always do.
Mhm.
And well, I'm not generalizing. Some labels are more controlling when it comes to when you can release and what you can release. So I've been in some situations where I delivered the full project and they were like, this is not commercial enough, you know.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
So and you know, and it takes a lot of time to navigate through a deal and trying to get out of it again. But there's great labels out there. I'm not shitting on labels, but some labels should back off a little bit in the creative.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the first time I've heard that. I've
Yeah.
definitely heard that
A lot
many
of some
times.
artists are really stuck in their label deal because they
It's
have all this.
contracts and stuff.
Yeah, because they have all this
Yeah.
music that they put their heart and soul into, and then someone at the record label's like, yeah, this is not what we want.
Yeah.
Dumb.
And then they can kind of say, yeah, we won't accept it, but you're still in a deal with us, so you better give us something that, you know, fits, you know, the top 50 trending songs right now, or otherwise it won't stream. So, you know.
Do you have a lot of music that is like kind of just stockpiled that were rejected by the labels?
Yes. Well, you know, I've had, I can't really speak about it, but
Okay, gotcha.
I've had multiple times where I was really proud of something. There was one time where I had to just buy myself out of the deal,
Oh my god.
like with like a
Wow.
penalty. Like if you don't want it, then I'm gonna do it myself. And they're like,
Yeah.
sure, but then you gotta pay a penalty to get out the
That's so
Wow.
fucked.
It's annoying because they're really excited about the songs and they're like, yeah, let's do a
Uh-huh.
deal. We're gonna sign. We're gonna support you. But then, you know, once you signed it, they're like, we want money. We want streaming track. We want your hit songs. We only want your hit songs.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know,
Wow.
that's the way that labels make money. It's streams. And I've never been a commercial artist in the sense of that I want to fit in what's popular. I've always just done my
Yeah.
own thing.
Yeah.
And you know, if you want to sign me, that's what you should know.
Yeah.
You know?
Mhm.
But you know, sometimes they change their minds, and then you have to navigate out of it. But
Yeah.
You're-
yeah,
To extend off of that, you know, the energy and the music that you create is very like, you know, it's your heart, it's your soul. And from what you just said, you don't try to like follow what's quote unquote popular.
that's how I got here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's I wouldn't be here if I would follow the trends constantly.
Mhm.
You know.
So a question I wanted to ask is like, you know, the European audience versus the American audience. I know like what you make now is very fitting with, you know, what we listen to here, but I know in Europe, and correct me if I'm wrong, it's very like drum and bass and hard style and
Yeah.
whatnot. So like,
Techno, yeah.
how do you go about navigating like performing over there versus performing over here?
I don't really. I just do my thing. And you know, I've always naturally. Is it gravitate? Yeah,
Mhm.
right.
Mhm.
Gravitated more towards the stuff I'm making right now. The more dreamy,
Yeah.
deeper.
Would you say that style is like appreciated over there in comparison to here? Because I know here everyone loves it.
Yeah.
Like, is there a different response that you see, like when you're
Do
playing
the crowds
in the crowd?
feel different?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of factors. It's multifaceted.
Uh-huh.
I mean, how do I say that? Europe, for example, is different because you have small countries with different languages, different
Yeah.
cultures. In
Mhm.
America, is mostly just one language, and
Right.
there's different cultures in different cities.
That's
Absolutely,
true.
but it's easier to have a hit song that pops off in LA, and then New York also vibes with it
Yeah.
because it's you know. But there's a lot of stuff that plays into it. But it's different for sure. There's I love touring in America. There's a certain open-mindedness and it's so cultural also. But people love seeing artists do their thing and be successful with it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There's something about success here that people, I can go really deep because like if you make it in America, it's admirable because everyone in Holland, we have social security, right? We have, even if you make no money, you're taken care of by the government, by, you know, there's healthcare, there's all of that. And in America, it's different. You're kind of on your own here.
Yeah.
You got to
Yes.
make it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So people see that too, and they applaud you for it. Like, oh, you're making it happen. You're going for it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not saying that it's the right. I mean, I wish everyone had healthcare here. That's what I would love to see.
Mhm.
But yeah, all the social things play into the culture, and it's so. Every time I'm talking, I feel like everything I say is just, there's so many layers to it, and
Yeah.
sometimes it feels like it's so hard to truly explain the truth of it all. But I'm trying. But you
You're
kind of
doing
know what I
great
mean.
job.
Yeah.
You're doing
it's-
great,
it's-
sweetie.
it's culture plays such a big factor in all of this. But yeah, so just play a song. Or-
I had a question on that because we were talking a little bit about the wholesome rhythm stuff, and I think it's
2025 wholesome
yeah.
rhythm year.
I'm so
well, I
right.
was gonna say, I'm like, would you ever? Because that's just a whole new front that you're exploring. Would you ever dive into kind of that wholesome style in other styles of music? Like, would you ever make wholesome techno
Oh my
or
God,
wholesome
wholesome
hard
drum and
style?
bass.
Like that would be really cool
Wholesome
to
hard
hear.
style.
Yeah.
yeah. I think absolutely, without a doubt, without a doubt.
Hell yeah.
I have so much stuff on my laptop, just like wholesome techno stuff. But the world is not
Ooh.
ready yet.
I think every genre kind of has its own, like, I guess, happy
Melodic.
melodic
Yeah.
counterpart. Like
Yeah.
hard
Do
style
they
does
have
have.
wholesome though?
Yeah.
Okay, no, maybe not.
That's
I don't think
true.
I've ever heard rhythm that has made me like feel like either really really happy or like cry.
Yeah.
Have you heard of lo-fi rhythm?
I have actually.
It's
I
crazy.
discovered it like 2 weeks ago. It's
Yeah.
like it's literally a lo-fi beat.
Yeah.
Just
And then
rhythm.
whomp.
I also want to say like there is a lot of amazing like future rhythm, color bass, kind of
Mhm.
that with that same energy. But I like making up my own genres because then I
Yeah.
don't want to fit in a single genre.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
like-
there's no rules.
yeah.
There's a lot
that's
of
the fun thing. That's the
subgenres.
fun thing about music. You can create your own rules.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember I found you out with your new episode remix on SoundCloud.
Yeah, that was like a hip hop remix.
Yeah, and now like see you do like so many other genres and that wholesome rhythm. I'm like, whoa! I kind of like grew up with you.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
That's
no,
crazy.
seriously, I did.
It's
I
a blessing.
also-
It's a
yeah.
blessing and a curse because people love to, I don't have the house community
Mm.
or the dubstep community, or I have people that resonate with my sound,
Mhm.
and it's not like sometimes I wish I would fit in more because it'd be easier.
Yeah.
But it's a challenge always to kind of win people over, and yeah.
Do you feel like as a melodic artist, do you feel like it's a little bit harder to kind of, I guess, I don't know how to say this other than like gain a lot of traction, just because nowadays with especially because music is getting faster in the scene. House music was really popular at one point. Now you got drum and bass getting really popular. You got techno getting really popular, and a lot of these genres are like really hype. There's a lot of hype around them. There's like a lot of that party element, kind of
Yeah.
goes hard element. And since you're more of a melodic artist, you find it a little more difficult to get your stuff out there in the same way.
It's yes, but I don't think it's the melodic element. I think it's the openness of what it should or could be. Like the song I just played, it has a house drop and then it has a crazy trap, future
Yeah.
bass drop, whatever you want to call it. So if someone wants to listen to a house playlist and they suddenly hear that, they're like, wait, so the playlist can't it's hard to curate it
Mhm.
because
I see.
it doesn't fit into one specific box.
Right.
Yeah.
It fits into an emotion, but not per se a drum and bass song
Yeah.
or a house song or a future
Yeah.
bass song.
I like that perspective.
I was gonna say too, like I know, like Devin, you made a point about how like house was really popular for a while, it still is. Techno, hardstyle, etc. Drum and bass now. It's in my perspective. I don't think it's necessarily the speed or the energy, like the speed or the BPM. It's the energy that we're looking for.
Yeah.
So like as long as there's like
I
an
agree with
energy or an emotion that's coming from it, like for
Yeah.
like with what Saunder's doing. Even that song just now, like technically, I'm guessing it's a slower BPM, but the energy was there.
Yeah, that's why I want people to like, some people want to put on a house emotion or like a drum and bass, or I want people to think I'm in a mood for San Holo,
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
and
I think you
That's
definitely.
true.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, no, go ahead,
No,
go
you
ahead.
go ahead.
I was gonna say, like,
I love it.
that's true. Like, whenever I just want to listen to San Holo, I put on your
Yeah.
music.
that's great.
Yeah,
That's the
Yeah, that's true.
That's the goal.
Yeah. And I also think that you build a stronger fan base. Did you do it again? I think you build a stronger fan base the nicher your music is. The more it kind of like is an outlier to other music is creates a bigger fan base
And
or
I'm
a
gonna
stronger
say, like
fan
in
base.
America, it's easier to build the niche.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like sometimes people are like, well, why do you keep boxing things into certain genres? It's just music. But like you kind of just like feel and connect with certain genres. So
That's okay. I understand the need for people to box it in. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not judging anyone who loves house music or like it's some people really need to understand it to box it in.
Yeah.
But it's so fluid for me. It's all just like sounds.
I
and-
just call your genre San Holo.
great.
Mhm.
That's
Hell yeah.
And
that's
You're doing
great.
it right.
Or
There's so much.
wholesome.
There's so
Or
much genre.
Vibrancy.
Vibrant.
Yeah, that's a good one.
We'll do it.
Essential dance music.
There's so much genre blending that's happening nowadays anyway.
Yeah.
I feel
Exactly,
like
yeah.
it's honestly just all it's all like its own thing. There,
Yeah.
I get people needing to like place it into a certain category, but I did like what you said earlier about it being more of like fitting a vibe rather than fitting a certain speed or whatever.
Yeah.
What
I
a
realized-
non-emotion or emotion.
What I realized, and this is I think there's different types of people, and some people think more in what exists, and some people think more. I think maybe some artists think in what doesn't exist, and I kind of want to go to like what doesn't exist yet. That's I've been in studio sessions where people are like, oh, let's make something like that, and I'm
So you
never
don't want to
good at that.
compare.
No, I don't. I can't do it because if I'm copying something,
It's
we're all inspired by things, but
Yeah.
like
I feel
there's
like it's also pressure too, because like
Mhm.
there's something so popular, and you're like, oh, I have to sound like this in order for my song to get more, streams or whatever.
yeah, that's a big part of the music industry works
Mhm.
like that, and I can't be part of it because my heart just doesn't vibrate that way. Like
Yeah.
like it doesn't. Yeah,
So, what do you get inspiration from? Just like from within?
life.
Life.
What
Okay,
doesn't?
situation,
You know
yeah,
what
okay.
doesn't? Like it's so. Life is so. Yeah, I think when someone asks me that question, it's like what doesn't?
Okay.
Everything is
Mhm.
so inspiring.
Yeah.
What is life?
That's
What is
actually one of
life?
no,
What
one,
is life?
One
No.
fan actually asked, "What is life?"
I think it's love. That's what I think.
What
Uh,
is love?
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me.
No more. Sorry, we should.
No, I love that song too. It's a great song. Great song.
We'd like to take another quick moment to thank one of our other sponsors, Clutch Loop, anti-theft phone tethers. As you can see, we all have one right here. If you don't know what these are phone tethers for you to clip to your phone at festivals or in crowded areas, and they are essentially like a seatbelt for your phone, prevent your phone from getting
Oh.
stolen. As we all know, phone theft is a very major problem, unfortunately, at a lot of the festivals and
Mickey.
raves these days. But speaking of Clutch Loop, so San, we work very closely with Clutch Loop, and they wanted to do like a little mock-up and hopefully you like it. But
Drum
we
roll,
have
please.
a little
What?
San Holo
That's
clutch
crazy.
loop right here.
You should call it the vibrant loop.
The vibrant
Whoa.
Holo loop.
Holo.
Holo loop. So yeah, I mean, we can talk about this off camera, but if that's something you're interested in, like collaborating
So
with them
sick.
on or whatever, they would love to work with
I've
you.
I think I've been seeing people like with that. It's so smart.
Yeah. You
Mm-hmm.
probably honestly saw a lot at Lost Lands.
Yeah, because they had a very big presence at Lost Lands.
Amazing. I'm
But
gonna
that one's yours.
click it on.
And
Thank you. That's amazing.
Yeah. Be cool. If you want to see a Holo loop, let us know
Holo
in the
loop?
comments.
Son clutch?
That's
Yeah.
so
Clutch,
sweet.
clutch holo?
Go and definitely go and grab yourself a clutch loop. I think these are basically like mandatory if you are going to any festivals to just help protect
It
your
works.
phone. Oh yeah, do you have the 3M tape, right?
Existential
nice. I'll show you how to
dance
attach
loop.
it to your phone after.
So sick.
You can use code I'm Peaking to save yourself some money if you buy some online, but go and check them out. Thank you guys.
Oh, and
so
these
much.
are also the new trinket loops, and they have little trinkets with them too.
Wait,
so like
really?
with the duck the duck loop, they come with a little tiny duck.
That's
Is
so
it really?
cool.
Yeah,
And then
there's
That's so cool.
yeah, you get
Oh,
the sprout loop, and then you also
Oh
have
my
the
God,
shroom
no
loop.
way.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Wait, that's so cute.
And
My
they
God.
also come with little trinkets in the packages too.
Clutch
I
like,
don't know if you were listening, but I just said that.
Yeah. That's why
I'm
I was
repeating
so,
what Daniel said because I wasn't listening. So
I think that's so cool how they're with the culture. They understand, and then they're just. That's great.
Yeah, can I give you a trinket?
Yes. Oh my God. Thank you. Thank
Plur.
you. Plur. Peace, love, unity, respect.
all right, so but yeah, go and check one out. Wanted to dive back into some of the topics that we were talking about
Let's go.
before, and one of the things was, we kind of touched upon it earlier in the episode, but like, what would you consider like your spiritual beliefs? Like what
Oh.
what do you believe in spiritually?
Such a loaded question.
Yeah.
Life is so spiritual, it's so mysterious, and it's so to even say, oh, I'm not religious, but I'm spiritual. I think everyone is spiritual. Like you can't deny that life is so spiritual. I mean, we're here, we're experiencing this. Isn't that so? If you really not even think about it, like just realize what's happening right now. Didn't mean to plug my song, but
That's kind of epic.
Wow.
life is so spiritual, just in its essence. So it's a very broad question, so I'm not really sure how to answer it.
Yeah.
I would say, I guess if I were to answer it, well, actually, based off of what you just said, I would say that like I think if you believe in something, then you are spiritual by nature. I feel like belief is the core foundation of spirituality. So whether that's you believe in a higher power, you believe in power of the universe, you believe in yourself, even. I would say that's all a form of spirituality.
Is love spiritual?
Yes.
Yes.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. I would say that
Yeah,
like spirituality
so-
is love.
I think
I think that's what I was trying to say. I feel like I struggle with this a lot, and it doesn't really come across talking about it at a podcast, or maybe even in a song, or putting words into, like, putting this into words already feels like it's not really hitting. I'm gonna stay away from saying I believe in this and that. I do believe in love and understanding and kindness, and I think we're all we exist in love. I'm not talking about being in love, but we exist in love.
yes.
And I think if you see all the evil that's going on in the world, that all comes from people. I don't know. It's hard to say all of this without getting into like dangerous territory. But like, if you come from a place of love, then there's this quote. I can't remember who it's from, but it's, if you come from a place of love, you can do whatever you want. I'm not talking about personal love, but love as a force, you know. You can't we're literally born out of love into it's
I think self.
The word I would use is a connection. Like
yes.
I think,
but if
everybody.
You say, I don't want to go too deep. I know you're really well spoken in this, but connection also implies that there is a separation, and I think once we start to see that there's not really a separation, we all have different personalities and we have different beliefs. We grow up in different cultures with different parents, but in the end, there is a oneness to it all.
Yes.
And you said you're raised Buddhist. Yeah, I think that's what a lot of Buddhists believe in a way, don't they?
Yeah, it's being connected and being mindful to like everything around you, the people around you. It's all the same plane of existence. And like I was connecting it to what you were saying with like, you know, love being a force. That is what connects everyone with each other, and that's why like the lack of love is what can cause a disconnect. Like if you don't understand another person, it's probably because there's a lack of love there.
Yeah.
I think sometimes though it does start from within, because self-love, you know, you start to learn and develop empathy, not for yourself, and then you're able to give it to another person. So like if you don't like have a strong like understanding of self-love, then it might be hard, or it might cloud you from like giving love to other people, you know?
Yeah.
It's like what they always say, like you can't love other people until you love yourself.
I think that's true. Sorry guys. I feel like a lot of conversation about love is happening on over here, and what I'm talking about is something a lot, it's beyond the words. I can't express this in words. It's just
more of a feeling.
I'm a walking contradiction, but every time we put things into words and categories, and I know we have to as humans to make sense of it all, but there's this undeniable thing beyond all of that. If you see a lady cross the road and she's struggling, like an old lady for example, we all feel like we want to help, right? Why do we feel like we want to help? We can say, oh, I want to help because this is someone who needs help and I feel like this and that, but that feeling starts before that. We all want to help and love each other. You know, that's like an innate feeling that we all share. We just need to recognize it. And it's easy to judge someone if they have different beliefs or different viewpoints. And that's how we, you know,
clash.
Everyone's clashing always.
Yeah.
But if you can get beyond that and understand why they think like that, and if they can do that too, then something I think beautiful can happen. And I think we're very far removed from that in this polarizing world. I don't want to. I struggle with this every day in my life when I try to explain something, because
language is so limiting.
It is limiting, and that's why music is so powerful, right? Because you can listen to a song or a couple of chords, and we all feel that love and connection.
Yeah.
And it's not about the word love. You know, we can, even saying the word love already
puts it in a box.
Comes with so much trauma and our experiences, but there's something beyond that. And if you meditate and you strip yourself from all meaning. Sorry guys, I feel like I'm not sure if I'm making sense.
I'm like, enjoying this.
I'm so excited for you to watch this Joe Dispenza videos. It's literally everything that we're talking about.
This is exactly how I felt the last time you were on the podcast. I felt like calm and like I felt like I was in therapy. That's
a good. I think that's a compliment.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, it's really easy in this world to attach yourself or find identity in things that are theories. They're all theories, but I'm thinking about things more fluidly. Everything is. I can't express it in words. I'm so sorry, and I struggle with it.
I can feel it. I can feel what you're saying.
Sometimes you look into someone's eyes and you know that they also get it.
We kind of, I don't know if it was the last episode where we were talking about this, or maybe it was I think it was the Halloween episode, but we were talking a little bit about like quantum physics and how there's like this realm outside of what we perceive in our everyday life, right? And this is something that Dr. Joe Dispenza, not to plug him again, talks about. And you know, he talks about how what we perceive is matter, right? But matter is only the most stable form of energy that we can perceive. And if you think about that, like matter is only a small frequency of the entire spectrum of energy. So there's all this other energy that we just can't see with our eyes, but it's there. And I think that's the connectedness that you're like referring to, right? That's why like it's the thinking about a person you haven't talked to in a while and they suddenly text you. You know, it's like it's having that connection. It's the thing that you were talking about earlier with like when someone falls on a skateboard or like whatever on the screen, you feel it yourself. And so I think it's like,
and we and we can try to explain all of that in words, but I always feel like, you know, it doesn't fully get the message across.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, that's why like Nan and I were joking about this, like science exists to kind of like, I guess, quantify spirituality or the mystic,
science is just magic explained.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's our way of explaining like how these things work, but sometimes the things are so beyond what we know that it's you just can't explain it. Like
it's like when I try to explain a song, like say there's a song like Light or something, and you try to explain why do I feel that way with this song. I can be like, oh, it's a minor chord and it goes into a major chord and there's a melody starting on the second interval, blah blah, and that's how I'm feeling when I'm trying to explain this magic that's happening. But it's not the chords, it's the energy that's beyond all of that. I like to I kind of, and maybe it's my fault too, but I like to sometimes stay in that magic instead of saying, oh, I believe that this and this, I'm a supporter of this theory, or I kind of take everything in and feel what I
think there's a beauty to it.
You let the magic happen.
Yeah. Is it like taking like what resonates almost?
Yeah. Even explaining resonating with something is hard.
Yeah. Oh my God, you can't really. It's because it's a feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah. And okay, so I want to do a little test. Okay. Don't say it out loud. Okay. But when you see a plane in the sky, right? A plane. Imagine seeing a plane in the sky. What do you think of? And I want to hear everyone's reaction.
Okay.
Starting you. Like, what's your first when you see a plane going through the sky? This is kind of to show like how everyone's different, how everyone's taking things in differently.
I mean, I see the plane, but I also see the clouds.
But does it evoke some kind of that's a great answer.
Yeah, no,
that's a good answer.
I would say it invokes the feeling of like traveling and free spiritedness.
And what about you?
I see like vibrant blue clouds and just like digital art, and I feel like a creative feeling by just like visualizing something.
I feel wind. I feel like that freedom of like just clear skies, clouds. What I keep seeing just switches back and forth between like seeing a plane versus sitting on the plane, not inside, but like on top of it and like flying through. And it just keeps like, as when I imagine like the plane flying through the sky, that makes me want to then imagine sitting on it and just flying through it myself.
Agreed.
Mine's way different. I always wonder every time I see a plane is like, where is it going? What's the destination? What do they see when they're looking down, and then versus what I see when I'm looking up. Yeah.
So good.
I feel like I get a sense of freedom thinking that like, you know, once upon a time, this thing was not even possible for us to do. Wow. And now we're doing it, you know? And I also think about how many people are on the plane, kind of along the same lines, like where's everyone going? And it's, I think the crazy part to me on that thought is like each one of the people on this plane all have their own individual lives. Yeah. You know? And that's crazy.
Sometimes I even think when I'm on a plane, it's like we're all going the same way, but why?
Well, so, as you can tell, everyone has their own. You're like super creative with that question. You're like, people interpret this question differently. I also think about the people in there. So instead of, and one of my friends said, "Oh, I'm just thinking about my next Miami trip," So like everyone is different, but I see a plane, and I never, when I explained to her, like when I see a plane, I think about the people in there, or where are they going? And she was like, "I never ever thought about that," and it's, we all take in all these things, we all make different connections all the time with the most, basic things. Like we see a plane every day, but every time I see a plane, I think about the people in there. Or when I'm on a plane, like you said, you think, wait, we're all in this box going to the same direction, but where do we come from? Where did they come from? What are they going through?
Wait, what kind of plane did you guys imagine? Because I imagined like a small one that kind of looks like a dragon, and I think that's why I appeared on the, like I just imagined flying on a dragon.
I should have clarified more. The question wasn't great, but like this question kind of, you should try it with your friends. Like be like, okay, imagine a plane. What do you think of? Do you think some people think about the plane? Some people think about the people in there. Some people think about the direction. So all that stuff is just, we all have our different little realities and connections that we make.
Yeah, that's so interesting, because when I thought of the people, I purposely thought of no one in there. Like I purposely said no one's going to be in this plane. It's just going to be an empty plane, and the focus is going to be on like a picture of a plane, and that is all.
I think the question wasn't perfect because we interpreted the question maybe differently, but how should I, what I'm trying to do? Like everyone makes different connections with different objects even.
I like this game. Wait, could I actually give a similar scenario?
Yeah,
let's see what you guys think.
Okay.
When you guys look at like a cityscape, right, at night, and you see buildings with like windows where the lights are on, what do you guys think? So you're looking at the city. We'll take LA, right?
It's hard to.
It's nighttime.
Suddenly,
It's nighttime, right? So it's after work hours technically, but like a lot of the buildings still have lights on in the buildings. Well, but you can see sometimes, like you can usually see clearly that they're like empty. What do you think?
I'm envisioning someone's like apartment, low key, like, and it just has like lights, like kind of like flashing, like inside.
But these are office buildings.
Oh, okay.
I didn't imagine office at all.
So
buildings.
Buildings like So like I guess like
a bank
you would see in the city.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's late night and the lights are still on. Someone's like hard working. Someone's working like hella hard, or is just putting in the work. That's it.
So I think home, but let me explain why. I moved to downtown LA 6 months ago, and the reason why I moved there is because I work at night. I'm a night owl, and I like to see the city always moving. And it's just a reminder that life is always going. No one's going to stop for you. And doesn't matter what time of day that it is, I am the only one who can hold myself back if I allow myself. So seeing the people that are still going and still working, it's like a motivating and inspiring force of like, I could still do that. If they could do it, I could do it, So like, and I think of home again to like circle it back because I live in the city and I see that view every day. Yeah.
I didn't imagine office building at all though, so like I'm not gonna. I saw apartment homes, but like different ones with different couples, and then different ones with like a dad and a child. Like I don't know, I just saw families. I saw like people interacting in their own space, connected with the people in their little like unit. It's like looking at a multiverse of different lives and stories all happening in all these different rooms, and then like some cute ones too, where someone just reading a book with. Sitting in their bed, their windows open for some reason.
Do you have a very visual imagination? Do you have a?
I think so.
Yeah.
I would say he does.
I would say Nan does.
Just like reading a book and then somebody comes in with hot tea. They kind of like smile at each other, quick kiss, and then they do their own thing.
Yeah.
Mickey?
I think, why is the light on? Like, who left it on?
Save some money.
Yeah, like, is there a janitor like cleaning the room? Is someone just like working late overtime? Like, yeah. Or if it's the weekend, like, why are you working over the weekend? But that's just what I think.
This is such a fun game because it also shows how everyone interprets the question differently, right? I think about who's been there throughout the years. That's what I think about.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. I would say for me, I think of like, you know, the building is like, I guess it's alive, right? Because, you know, the lights are still on, and maybe there's not anyone in there, which kind of would, I think, at first give you a sense of like emptiness or loneliness. But then I think, well, a lot of those people have like gone home for the day and are like, they've gone home to their families or to their lives. And so, you know, they're living out their lives in a different portion, but, you know, and this is kind of, there's this beauty of like stillness with the building because it's at night. No one's really using it.
Wow.
And
you guys are so imaginative. I love it. Very, very
My
imaginative.
answer was shit compared to everyone else's.
Who left the lights on?
No, deadass was like,
No, but
like
like-
after, like when she went, I was like, damn, I'm not imaginative
like,
at all.
let me
No,
be
it's
clear.
just, like,
Let me clear.
situational.
There's,
Yeah.
there's no right or wrong.
Yeah,
I know.
no.
But like
It's-
that's like the first instinct. Like, why is it on?
we also need people that are more just like. I think this is a big thing between the sensing and the intuitive. We talked about the Myers-Briggs.
The
thing.
Myers-Briggs test.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So people are more sensing about like what can I see. Some people are more like internal. Like it's human beings are so vast. You know, it's
Yeah.
it's and all these differences are so cool. Like, that's why I said there's no right or wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah, sorry guys.
I think in a way
Yeah,
I'm
no,
just
it's-
like more straightforward. Like what's
Yeah.
going on?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just curious.
Mine did the POV shift again, where it's like I'm inside that room, and then I'm also not at the same time watching it,
I
but then
love
also in it.
that. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no right or wrong. I just want to clarify.
I think that's a really
So-
fun game.
Gotcha.
Thanks for
Yeah,
introducing
that was
to
so
us.
fun. Yeah.
We should do more in the bonus.
Yeah.
So if you want to know more, go to the bonus.
Yeah, which we will cover in a bit. But first, we're going to get into some fan questions.
Oh,
or
yes.
community questions.
Community question.
Yeah.
Should we do song?
At the end?
end.
Yeah, by the way, if you didn't already know, we do have priority Q&A on the Patreon.
Maestro_productions asks, what practices in life help you maintain your humble attitude?
I think the question is it's a good question. I think being humble is more like a natural state than
A practice state.
yeah. I think the question should be more why isn't everyone humble? You know, like it's seen as a rare thing, but it's always weird to me. Like being humble is just like I feel like a more natural state.
It's like the default.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. I could be here being like, I don't know. It's.
Yeah, we had didn't we have a whole conversation about this in our first episode?
I
Just
think,
about
I
being
think, I
humble?
think we
Yeah.
mentioned.
Yeah.
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 It's a natural. It's
It's
more
like being
like
kind.
I think it's a natural. I think the question should be why wouldn't you be humble?
Yeah.
Why would I not be
Mm.
humble right
Mhm.
now? Why would I not be humble? Because why? What? Can someone
Oh,
answer?
oh, yeah,
Why would I not be humble?
I think if you're pretending to be something you're not,
Mm.
Yeah.
and you want to be this other thing so badly rather than be yourself, I think would be, I guess, not being humble. Because if you think about it, I feel like being humble is really just staying true to yourself.
Because
And-
sometimes we
Yeah.
get so
Yeah.
caught up in like some sort of character that you want to portray to other people that you forget sometimes.
I think it
Yeah.
comes down to fear.
Mm.
Fear, because I feel like there's a lot of people, because I think the younger you are, the more likely you're going to be less humble, just because you're young. You don't understand yourself. There's a fear of showing that vulnerability, showing and trusting in, I am exactly who I need to be and I am more than enough. You know, like
Mhm.
people who are unapologetically themselves are usually, okay, not always, but a good chunk of them are usually the ones who are humble, because they're just like, I don't really need to prove anything to anybody, so I can just be my truest self.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think when you're not humble, it's also like a projection of your insecurities. So you're trying, like you were saying, like you're trying to be something, or you're trying so hard to be something that you just end up, because you're insecure about it. So you end up projecting that by not being humble.
Maybe
Mhm.
sometimes you do it to not be disliked.
Oh yeah, people
Yeah.
pleasing.
Yeah, I think we're all in a weird way. A little bit. We all want to get along, right? But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think the question is why wouldn't I be humble? And I think that's you guys get it.
I think that's a great answer.
Yeah.
Okay, I got one. May Kaler123 ask if you could only keep one song of yours, which would it be?
Whoa.
Ooh.
Oh. Why are you giggling? What are you thinking? Like, what comes to your mind?
I actually have an answer for you too, but
Oh,
You mean just your answer?
yeah, like my answer, like yeah, if I had to choose one of Sander's songs,
I'm blanking because it's such a fast question again.
Uh-huh.
Which song would you not delete from Spotify? Or like,
Yeah, if you could only keep one in your whole discography that represents San Holo.
yeah.
Crazy.
tough
I think there's a song that I dropped on a Stay Vibrant EP. It's called In Case I Never See You Again, and no one really knows that song. It's a deep cut. I think if you listen to that, it's a very fluid song. It's like,
Well, I think everyone watching this should go and stream
Yeah.
it right now.
Go stream
at, go listen to In Case I Never See You Again.
Stop, wait. It's so sad. But
Yeah.
at the same time, so beautiful.
But at the same time, my mind goes like, oh, like if it wasn't for Light, I wouldn't be here. I
Yeah.
wouldn't have been able to travel the world.
Yeah.
So there's a rational question and there's like a
Yeah, your
or
instinctual answer.
yeah.
Mm.
But
Interesting.
yeah, go listen to that song. It's a nice song.
Stream it.
Am I gonna cry if I listen to it?
You
Do-
are.
Okay.
Be prepared.
I will prepare
Hey,
myself with
hey,
Brent, you
tissues.
can go next.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh.
okay then.
Well, sorry, I didn't know you were going to say something.
A good question.
Oh, sorry.
Well, it doesn't matter. You could go if you want.
My question was a funny one. I really liked it. A Midwest 5 wants to know if you were being attacked by a horde of goats, how many do you think you could defend yourself against?
I'd probably befriend all of them.
I like
And then
That
just
is
like-
I
so.
think you can do it.
That is so
yes.
Sonder.
Yeah.
I like
so
that.
you.
I don't want to fight them.
You'd be like the shepherd.
Yeah, we're just
Yes.
With your little,
how
with
could
your
you
little
fight
staff.
goats?
Yeah, you face the goats and you're like, why? And they're like, huh? Yeah, why
You'll be
are we
like,
attacking
you'll be
this
like,
man?
stop, and
Yeah.
they'll stop.
And then I just think of the Taylor Swift edit, the like screaming
I don't know what you
goats.
guys talking about. But
Oh
like,
yeah, there's the song "Trouble" by
I
Taylor.
know.
Trouble.
Yeah, and then
I
instead
know,
someone
I
put
got
the
it.
goats screaming.
Yeah.
Such a meme. Oh my god.
Iconic.
Okay.
I'm not fighting.
Next question. What's changed the most in the EDM festival industry from 2014 to now that you think?
Question by Hippie Flip.
Good
Oh,
question.
Yes.
From when to when?
2014 to now.
Last 10 years.
Yeah. Last
Oh
10
yeah.
years.
So what I loved
Decade.
about 2014 is that everything was about the music.
Mhm.
SoundCloud, it was just the sound, and then maybe a little bit of artwork,
Yeah.
but no one really. It was about the sound.
it felt underground in a way.
Yeah, it
yeah.
felt, but also the thing that was carrying everything was music, music,
Mhm.
music, music, and now sometimes it's a lot of different things too. You know,
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
videos, viral,
Oh yeah.
funny dances,
Okay,
yeah.
Content.
content,
Mm.
and back remember 2014, like I think Instagram didn't even do videos yet, or
Yeah.
you know,
No, it was just
yeah.
pictures.
Just photos.
And
And
no
like
one-
the color graded
Yeah.
pictures.
Yeah.
And
the hipster photo, the
hipster photos.
no one was even using Instagram truly as a promotional platform.
Yeah, no, it was for
just-
connection.
Yeah,
Just to post whatever you want.
yeah, and now it's everything is content. And,
Yeah. Oh my god. It's crazy that you say that because the other day I was just like in a spiral of thinking of this content, and I was like, content is just has grown so much that everyone is just posting these things, and yes, there's a lot of value to this content, and information is more accessible now, which is great. But like it didn't exist before. It's
Yeah.
just like so mind blowing.
The content was
Actually-
the music. I guess that was. Now we're all the walking advertisements saying,
Yeah.
"Listen to my
Yeah.
music."
Actually, I think there's always been content. It's just
In
the pl-
other areas.
Yeah,
Other
yeah,
areas,
exactly.
yeah,
like
yeah.
it's just the platform and the ease of access. to it.
YouTube.
Yeah,
has-
I'm talking about fast, like swipe.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like all kinds of like there was so much, but the access to it has changed and made it even easier. And so it's only been getting faster and more accessible.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. There was like Vine back in the day. You know,
Mhm.
that was like your first short
Yeah.
video.
And don't
Mhm.
forget,
form
there was also
content.
Facebook at one point. You know,
Yeah.
people used to doom scroll on Facebook, and then there
Yeah.
was MySpace, and then there was Zynga.
Mhm.
Yeah, but where did you discover music?
music was hard for me to discover personally, but usually it was YouTube videos.
Yeah,
It was
YouTube.
YouTube music videos of someone, I don't know, like doing an edit or like
Call of Duty
Yeah.
montages is where I found some of like the best EDM.
Yeah.
and the radio.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
radio. Oh my God, that's how I found. That's how I discovered Zed and,
Yeah,
and
me too.
Calvin
Me too.
Harris.
Yeah, Kygo. Yeah.
It's just the platform of which we are introduced to new content or to music has changed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I think to add to that, I think the platforms used to be the music platforms where we would discover music were about music,
Mhm.
and now a lot of people discover music on video platforms. You know, it's
Mhm.
I don't know, it's been a shift.
yeah.
It's been weird.
So I'm going to ask a question from Harkska 4K, and it is, how do you stay happy?
I don't. Yeah.
That's
honestly,
real. That's so real.
That's such a real, true answer though. Like,
Yeah.
imagine staying happy constantly.
No, I think that's it's a good reality.
Couldn't
That's a
be
good.
Damn near impossible.
It's like
It's
reality,
impossible.
expectation versus reality.
That'd
Yeah.
be exhausting.
But then it's understanding that you will have happy moments, because like it's like what we were talking about earlier about like dopamine, you know, like you're gonna end up having like a low,
Yeah.
and those are the moments where you're just not as motivated, you're not as inspired, or you're not as creative. But then eventually you'll get that high again, and then that
Yeah.
is like a happier state.
I feel like from then the happier moments will mean so much more.
I agree.
It's not the highs or the lows. It's everything in between. You know.
Yeah.
I don't think life is not always happy. You know, life is not always happy.
Of course not.
It is. Yeah, I think I'll stick with that answer. I don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like it.
I think it's a very good, realistic answer to have,
Mhm.
because you won't say happy all the time.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, I think that gives us a perfect opportunity to listen to something
Yes.
might
What
be
It's all the way
What a
over there.
perfect segue.
This song is called "Forget All You Know."
Ooh. Some
And it's
subliminal
It's
messaging.
a very
Don't tell me how to live my life.
forget all you know. It's very chill. It's very you know, maybe this is something you could listen to after
After the festival.
after the festival. Yeah.
Like drive home kind of energy.
Yeah.
Turn the lights down low. Forget all you know.
The vocals are from Amanda Joy, really amazing artist. It feels really, really special.
Forget all you know. Turn the lights down low. Forget all you know. Turn the lights down low. Forget all you down low. Forget all you know. Turn the lights down low. Forget all you
Oh, that's so pretty.
Yeah. I feel like this is a song that it doesn't have that a huge like wow effect or something, but it's more like a
It's so calming.
Yes.
No, I literally,
Yes,
I
that's-
feel the bass all throughout my body.
Turn
I did the ooh at the same time she did it. Ooh.
So
like-
pretty.
Oh my god. I feel like it's snowing.
Snowing?
That's what I'm picturing.
I love that.
I'm
I
picturing
love
something
that.
else differently.
It feels like love.
I'll say it at the end, but I'm picturing something entirely different.
Yeah, what do you see when you hear this? I just love the idea of keeping this going for a long time. Like I just love the idea of just like
No, I love this.
bathing in this like energy. You know?
It's like in it.
Oh, the chimes. Oh my god.
Oh, like little wind chimes.
It's so
Wow,
pretty.
I like it.
Oh.
Yeah, I feel like it's a very special song. Yeah.
Can I say what I meant?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
was waiting.
For me, I pictured it was like you're moving out of your apartment because, you and your partner are no longer together. And it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. But as you are packing everything up, that long, like, ethereal moment at the end was like you stopped and saw all the stuff that you did keep between the two of you and all the memories start coming back. But it's not, again, not
Wow.
a bad thing.
I just got some goosebumps.
It's
Yeah.
just feeling all those things and then, packing it up, not throwing it away. You're taking it with you.
Wow.
But you used to keep all these pictures on the wall. You used to keep, I don't know, this one onion slicer in this current spot because said person always used it. You're just putting it all away into this package. Who knows if you're gonna open up in the next place or not? But like,
wow.
it's just not in the places that you originally had.
I love
memories
that.
you had,
I
they
love
just
that. That's wild.
moving forward.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
That's awesome.
I thought of a star exploding.
It's about the stars. Yeah.
No,
the
like I
song is
legit,
about
like
the star-
I
yeah.
imagined like the night sky and there was like a star and it just went. Pff. That's what I thought of.
That's great because one of the lines in there is like, "Wait for the stars to heal my heart." That's great. that you
Okay,
found that.
honestly, I did not hear that part, but I just visualized
Your
stars when I
subconscious
heard it.
mind
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kept seeing that, like just the snow falling, like new snow falling. I think it's a lot of that's from like the bells that were in there. And that kind of sound usually gives me like that visual, but I could also picture like being in one of those is it a wheat field, like one of those fields where they have like the wheat plants but they're not like so tall to where they're above you. It's like right about
It's like
to,
autumn. It's like autumn
Yeah,
where you'll
yeah.
sometimes see a dog
and
run
they're-
through and go.
yeah,
boing.
and they're very light. They're very light, so you can just like kind of frisk through them.
Mhm.
I pictured that too during like maybe like 4 o'clock, like right before the sun starts to go down.
Well, I love hearing all these interpretations.
Yeah.
You guys should make that a thing. Do you guys do that often or
No.
not?
No,
This is
we
so
might,
cool.
we
the
might
first
start
time.
making
Yeah,
it.
that's
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah, I think because we were talking
so
about
interesting.
it, I started visualizing,
Yeah.
like naturally, all of us, we just started visualizing because
Yeah.
we were just
So
like talking
cool.
about visualizing. Because I was in the sky, I was flying in the sky in the clouds, and then at the end, I landed on a cloud and I started meditating to the ending song. So it's so cool. Just
That's
like,
amazing.
Yeah, for me, it brought me back to when I lived back home in Sacramento. My car would pretty much be the only time that I would be like kind of like be able to be alone, like with me and my thoughts, because I lived in a very loud household. I would turn on your music. I would turn on music such as,
Wow.
and it kind of just brought me back to that and how much peace I would have doing like. Just car rides going literally anywhere around the city or,
I feel
back
like
to the Bay
this
Area.
is a very good car song, driving into
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah.
distance.
Because I've done a lot of driving, like, long distance from like 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. kind of just, and it just gave me that chance to like think. But yeah, that's
Well,
where it
thank
brought
you
me
all
back.
so much for opening up your imagination.
Yeah, dude,
And
thanks for
sharing
showing
it.
us.
Yeah,
that.
thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. You helped us open up our mind.
Let's
You-
go.
Yeah, I don't think we've had like an artist that was like, okay, I'm gonna play a game with you guys. You guys answer and put us on the as the guests.
That's I think that's the stuff that inspires me. You know, people's ways of thinking and
Yeah.
feeling.
You know,
Yeah,
it was
love
almost
that.
like a guided meditation, and you were
Yeah, it kinda was.
you were guiding us.
I was a
Yeah.
little bit hesitant of playing it because I was like, should I play something that like has like a very solid big drop and it gets like a reaction? Will be good for social media. And they'll be like, oh, but we had that in the first song, and I was like,
Yeah.
this song is more like a
Yeah.
meditation
It's
almost.
a good
Yeah.
song to end
I
with.
love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yay.
Well, that concludes the rest of the episode. San, thank you so much for being here again. Can you let everyone know what shows you got coming up, where they can expect to see you next, what you got coming out? Your album will be out by this time.
Yeah. What is life? Check it out. 2025 is going to be a wholesome rhythm year, so get ready for that. I'm doing 10-year anniversary shows next year in January and February. Playing Oakland, Los Angeles, Denver, Chicago, and New York. So, and this is going to be like a very special, rare show that we only do once in those cities. It's going to be me doing an acoustic set, throwback set, and a live show. And if you've been listening to my music the last 10 years, this is definitely a show you don't want to miss. So I'd love to see you all there. It's going to be,
Oh yeah.
I think the crowd's going to be a lot of day ones and people that have been
Yeah,
on
me.
this journey.
I've
Yeah.
been listening to you since 2015.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Same.
Oh yeah.
So I think those nights are going to be very special. So
Yeah.
I'd love to see you there. And yeah, thank you all for having me, guys.
Yeah,
Thank
dude,
you for
seriously
being
for
here.
coming on
again.
Back.
If you didn't already know, we do have a Patreon that you can go and check out. We do bonus content. We're actually going to shoot a bonus segment right after this where we're going to listen to some music, maybe play a little bit more of that visualizing game. We also do like exclusive playlists on there. Like I mentioned earlier, we have priority Q&A for most episodes, as well as priority topic suggestions. So definitely go and check out those tiers if you haven't already. I'll have all of our patrons' names on screen
There's
as
this
I'm
one right
saying all of
here
this.
and that one right there.
Oh, he's nice.
Oh, yeah, I've talked to. I think I've
Everyone's
talked to them.
nice.
I don't know. I'm not sure. That one's pretty cool too. Yeah.
And even if you don't support the Patreon, we still love you
We
guys.
still love you.
We love you.
And yeah, Nand, close us out, please.
I love you.
Make sure to
Okay.
subscribe and hit the like button, leave a comment.
Talk about a subvert expectation. You were.
I was fully expecting.
Yeah, smash that notification bell. Send a like. Hit a comment. Tell us who you want us.
Hit a comment.
Yeah, I know. I know
Hit a
what I said.
comment.
I know what I said. Don't correct me.
Oh, I wasn't.
We love you. Please, keep doing what you're doing. Keep, watching, and we enjoy you guys.
Yeah. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Thanks
Doodles.
for tuning in.
Okay, bye.
Bye.